The biggest misconception in entrepreneurship is that entrepreneurs are born and not made. There's just this idea that it's for the special, the elite, this talent that you're born with, and it's either you're made for it or you're not.
And it's the 1%.
Exactly. And I think what that does is that it shuts a lot of people out. It's the reason why a lot of people don't go. A lot of people don't feel like they're worthy, they're deserving, that they have the talent within them, because somehow people have made it to be this thing that for the chosen ones. And today we're literally going to debunk that, because people don't understand that there's actually two types of businesses. There's actually two types of entrepreneurs. See, there's a lifestyle entrepreneur and a performance entrepreneur. And these are two very different businesses that can be run by very different people. And as my friend is about to let you guys know.
So the lifestyle business, right? So this is the simple business. So I'll list a couple of examples. So we have the editors, right, who edit their jobs and ensure that, not all editors, right, the ones that it's a one-man show, right? It's that car wash that guy created in order to sustain his life, to be able to, pay off his car and pay off his rent, nothing hectic. So it's a business that allows you to have a lifestyle that you're comfortable with. So outside of yourself, once you have passed, there is no business. Once you stop working, there is no continuity. And there's nothing wrong with such businesses, to be quite honest, because if that's what you need and if that's what you desire, that is okay. Then we have performance businesses. These are businesses where the business owner does not want instant gratification, right? But rather, when they get their profits and, they get all that income, they put it back into the business, because they understand that what they're doing is greater than themselves. They have this idea that they want to grow this thing to continue even after them. So this looks to more of those people who are looking to build empires. They're willing to change people's lives. And whether you fall into a lifestyle business or whether you fall into a performance business, there is nothing right, there is nothing wrong. The why you are in that business is important. Do you just want to be able to sustain yourself and your family? That's fine. Do you want to go beyond yourself and actually make impact that is beyond profit, that is beyond what is, gratification to you? That's also fine.
And I think an important thing to establish is just the fact that with a performance business, that's where I guess that analogy of whole. See, with a performance business, that's where the whole analogy of entrepreneurs being born and not made comes in, because performance businesses are literally life-changing businesses. They are businesses that grow beyond you. They are businesses that make impact and change the world. And honestly, $100 million businesses are not for everybody. They're actually quite draining and require a lot to actually build and grow. And not everybody could do that. And when we're talking about a lifestyle business, this is where now the playing fields are level. Anybody can be a lifestyle entrepreneur. This is open for anyone. Whether or not you have all of those long list of amazing characteristics they're saying all entrepreneurs need to have. This is now where even the ordinary person, the one who knows that they're just looking to change their own lives and maybe not the whole world. And that is completely okay. And it's doable. That's what's important.
And to be honest, right? So the people who study the economy and study the way work is structured currently, there's this term that is becoming more popular. It's called the gig economy, right? People are so interested in doing gigs. People say, I have my 9 to 5 and I have my gig,
Yeah.
That's just because, guys, the standard of living is expensive. Being alive, breathing is so expensive. And having multiple forms of income is something that is becoming so normal to be able to survive.
In this economy.
Exactly.
We live in South Africa. And I think this idea of entrepreneurs, people don't understand how harmful this messaging that they're putting around is, that like not everyone can be an entrepreneur, because in this economy, I'm thinking of economies like Nigeria, you guys, every single person there is an entrepreneur because
Yeah.
they have to survive.
Yes.
How does that happen? You think they all have this special gene that people talk about?
No.
Many of them are actually running lifestyle entrepreneurs. I think, and we as a country, we as a generation need to understand that lifestyle businesses are open to everybody. You can build a lifestyle business. So in this economy, guys, awukho msebenzi, please employ yourself, okay?
Yeah.
Stop. Sometimes you literally need to stop looking for something out there. If you've searched, you've looked, or maybe you've tried it out and it's not working for you, you don't need permission.
Yeah.
This is the reminder, the release, the permission. You can be a lifestyle entrepreneur.
And you know, people, you can plait, if you can do nails. I saw, for example, Adonai, she does my nails, right?
Yeah.
And she used to do my lashes before they all fell out, and I was like, girl, you need to calm down, right?
Yeah.
She started selling makeup, and her business is actually growing, and now she's
thriving.
actually selling hair. So what she started off was doing nails, and she gained people's trust, and she got an audience, and she's like, okay, I start doing makeup. Then when she started doing makeup, she realized that this is an entire playing field. People don't want me to just do their makeup. People actually want me to teach them how to do their makeup, right? So she started doing makeup tutorials of, this is how you do makeup tutorials with this basic kit that I have. And I'm like, girl, you're eating. The moment I saw it, I'm like, I love it, you know? And it just speaks to the gig economy. It speaks to how you just really need to be creative, and you need to start where you are, you know? Even if it's that thing of, okay, during the week I have my 9 to 5, and then during the weekend I have that, you know, the market thing that I was telling you about. It's a growing
that's
thing.
such an amazing model.
You literally go on Facebook and you figure out which markets are there, and then you buy a table, and usually buy a table for 120 Rand, and you go and sell. So the people are there. All you need to do is display your product. And if you've been following with the other episodes, we've told you, number one, figure out what your unfair advantage is, figure out who your customer is, and now there's literally markets like this that allow you to connect with different people and showcase your products, and even get feedback on your lifestyle business or your profit or performance business.
Genuinely. And the beautiful thing about lifestyle businesses and performance businesses, that you can start off with a lifestyle business and transition into a performance business, right? But an important thing is to realize that from the get-go, if you have an intention to turn it into a performance business, because lifestyle is it's as much as it's totally okay and it can sustain you and it can thrive. There are lots of lifestyle businesses that thrive, but the thing about a lifestyle business is that a lot of people who have lifestyle businesses are not interested in scaling.
Yeah.
They're not interested in growing it. As long as they're making more than enough money for the lifestyle that they have, that's why it's called a lifestyle business, because it sustains lifestyles, right? As long as it can afford the house and the car that they want, they're satisfied. But the thing about a performance business, this is when you're literally setting out to just, it needs to go bigger than you.
Yeah.
This is when you're employing people. This is when you're literally changing other people's lives, and you're like, the sky is the limit. I want my business to go international. I want it to transform. It's unlimited, right? And you can start off in your, and I think I love how you phrase it in the very beginning to say that it's, with lifestyle businesses, they're limited to only you, right? And if you are in a position where you own a lifestyle business, right, but you wish to someday have a performance business, understand that there can be a transition that can be made, but there has to be a completely different way in the way that you structure and view your lifestyle business, right? Because the big factor with performance businesses is the fact that performance businesses do not require you to trade in your time. Performance businesses exist outside of you.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Do you think a performance business, you can own a performance business now, and you can also perform a lifestyle business now? You can hold both at the same time?
No, I don't think so.
Why?
I genuinely don't think so, because a lifestyle business is literally you trading in your time in order to get returns, right? A lifestyle business it can be a bit limiting and limited, right? And a performance business, I think what it can be, I think to even call it a business doesn't really make sense because
It's a
it strips it away
service.
from the entrepreneur. I think you can't be a lifestyle entrepreneur and a performance entrepreneur at the same time.
Yes.
Let's identify it with the person who's actually carrying it and not the physical thing, right? You as a person, right, you're the one that determines what kind of business you run, right? And as a lifestyle entrepreneur, you don't have the right mindset to handle a performance business, because performance entrepreneurs understand that they need to build structure and systems. They understand the importance of delegation. They understand the fact that
why.
they understand the why, right? They're driven by a very big vision, but they also know that there's a need for the technician and the manager. They don't try to do everything themselves.
Yeah.
Performance businesses, performance entrepreneurs, you'll never hear them say, I'm self-made. Never. They work in teams and they value teams.
So I actually was watching the Oprah Winfrey show,
Yeah.
and I forgot the guy's name. I apologize, but you guys can figure it out. So this guy, he owns a restaurant, right?
Yeah.
And then what happened was his restaurant got a nomination, right, for top 50 best restaurants in the world,
Whoa,
right? So he
that's
went there,
huge.
right? And when you get there, you know that you're going to win an award. You just don't know if you'll come out number 1, number 2, number 3. And in his head, he's like, please make sure, God, can I not be number 50, right? And he came out number 50, right?
Aw.
And in that moment, he was so sad. He explains that
He made
he
it.
went to the bar with the one guy and he's like, we need to be number 1 in the world, right?
Yeah.
And like in that moment, he started asking himself questions like, what didn't make us stand out as a business, right? And he said that the businesses that won, real close to 1, they didn't focus on, being excellent or delivering their service, right? They focused on delivering their service with impact.
Sure.
So he said that when he was a child, right, his dad, when he figured out that he would like to do hospitality and on all of these things, his father took him to this really expensive restaurant and they sat down at the table. And when they sat down at the table, the waiter came and I think the waiter gave him his spoon fell, right? And the waiter ran to pick up the spoon and gave it to him and said, I said, I'll get you a new one. And he asked, sir, are you okay? He's like, I'm good, thank you, And in that moment, he said it didn't matter how beautiful the place looked like, but it mattered how he felt.
Yeah.
They made him feel important. They made him feel like he was someone worth saving. And he said, that's what I want my restaurant to be. And he was on a mission.
Sure.
And when he realized that he was realizing this mission in his business, he said that one day, these 2 people came into his restaurant, right? And they were traveling. And the one person said, there was some street food, right? That person had never had, right? From New York City, right? And then, let's just say it's a hot dog, guys. My memory. Let's say it's a hot dog. And then he said, as soon as he heard that, he literally told one of the chefs, please go and buy a hot dog. Bring back that hot dog and I need you to cut it up and garnish that place and make it look amazing. Mind you, they didn't ask him for it. He just did it for it and he presented it to the people. And the people looked at him and they were like, this is so amazing. Thank you. And then he focused on the element of making your people feel like the most special people in the world. And his business, and he wrote this book that became award-winning, right?
Sure.
And for him, he may have not won it in his restaurant, but he won it in the book because he taught people how to make their business number 1. And he said, that's how I ended up winning without even recognizing I was winning. Look at me, I'm being interviewed by Oprah
what the
Winfrey.
heck?
And Oprah was speaking about how she kept on asking people, okay, so what books are most interesting? And everybody kept on saying the same book. She's like, who is this person?
Yeah.
And then, he was genuinely so honored to be there because he had realized that I'm not just doing a lifestyle business. I'm pushing a performance business.
And that's the thing. I think I love how you mentioned the fact that he wrote a book. And
Yes.
the powerful thing about a book, which is usually the distinguishing factor
Yes.
between lifestyle businesses and performance businesses, that like performance businesses have the ability to spread far and beyond, and the
Yes.
impact, like they are life changing. They have a bigger purpose than just profit. It's literally to serve and to just make people feel a certain type of way,
Yeah.
like loved, good, and just happy to be in the world.
Yeah.
That is us who are building performance businesses. But again, there's absolutely nothing wrong with a lifestyle business.
Exactly.
Which is what we're trying to like make you to do. The only thing is understanding the difference between the two, and then structuring and building your life in such a way that allows you to do both. Because there are some people who have beautiful lifestyle businesses, right? But because they don't understand that their business is a lifestyle business, or they don't understand to be satisfied with their business being a sustainable lifestyle business that just sustains themselves, they end up getting into things that makes them depressed and not happy.
Yeah.
Because the truth about performance business is that not
takes a
everybody can
lot.
handle it. Exactly. Not everybody can handle it. Like, it takes a lot out of you. And it's something that honestly, genuinely, when we tell the truth, not everybody needs to do it. It's totally okay to just have a nice, successful, sustainable lifestyle business.
And what I want to clarify, in the beginning we debunked that everyone can be an entrepreneur. And that's why we're having the conversations of the types of entrepreneurs that come into the conversation, right? And I think I really love what you're saying about what makes you happy and what can you carry. Because there are also people who drag themselves so much, they lose so much of themselves in the process that there's no even point of why you're doing it, because you're losing yourself.
Yeah.
And so I think that it's important that you actually need to sit down, reflect, and determine what it is that you need at this particular point in your business as an entrepreneur.
Let's speak about mindset, because I think that's the key factor that's like most distinguishing between a performance entrepreneur and a lifestyle entrepreneur. See, with the mindset of a lifestyle entrepreneur, they are more focused on stability. They're more focused on just stable income and ensuring that they're able to just keep things going and keep their lifestyle as sane. It's more like a now kind of mindset. And else with a performance business, you're more focused on the future. You don't care that you have to suffer now and not enjoy the luxuries. You're literally putting everything you earn, you put it back into your business. Well, else if it's a lifestyle, as long as you can afford it, you buy yourself that car. It doesn't matter if it affects maybe the fact that you don't invest in that machine that will increase capacity. If you're satisfied with the capacity you're currently running at and you're able to go with it, you move with it. Whereas with performance, like some of us would drive very small cars. We drive very small cars, right? We live very way below, very simple lives, like way below our means. If we're building a lifestyle business, like we would literally, I would be bawling. Oh my gosh, I would be bawling. But because I am building a performance business, right? There's a lot of, I think you touched on it. What did you say?
Instant gratification.
Yes, so there's delay. You delay the instant gratification, and rather you make decisions now that you hope and you know will pay you back far long in the future. Not just you, but literally everybody else connected to your lifestyle business, connected to your business, I mean.
Question. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but you said earlier on that it is possible to transition from a lifestyle business into a performance business, right? I think what would be interesting is speaking about what that transition looks like. Because what I'm thinking is that it's a mindset as well. Because some people do start off, many people actually start off building a lifestyle business.
Yeah.
You need to be able to, pay off your bills. You need to be able to pay off that one employee and whatever the case. But then if you get to a point where you're watching other entrepreneurs, you're going to these networking events and you're growing yourself, right? And this does not mean that people who remain in lifestyle are growing themselves, but like you're growing that vision, right? You're able to transition into that performance. What does that transition actually look like?
I think it first begins with your why,
Yeah.
right? I think the why of a lifestyle entrepreneur and the why of a performance entrepreneur is so different. Like with the why of the performance is so big.
Yeah.
It always has that impact element attached to it, right? And I think properly distinguishing that and changing that, okay, when I started this, and to be honest, when I started Dolthema, my goal was to just make 15,000 Rand, because that's what I felt like I was foregoing with an accounting internship. But when I started doing it, my why became, I actually genuinely want to change the way women feel in modest clothing. I genuinely want to crown queens. I genuinely want to change the lives of, I want to change the economy of my country. I want to change the way the world receives Africa. Do you see the difference? Now, it became less about just me and my needs and myself and just the life that I had. It became bigger. As soon as I established that, I think the next phase is then building systems that will allow the business to function without you. Right. And the first step would be, I think, what we touched on last week, which is drawing up the contracts for the roles that you hold, right? Understanding that in order to be a performance entrepreneur, you cannot be the technician, and you cannot be the manager. But it's okay to be them for now, as long as you understand that you're just holding those positions and you're going to hand them over, which is where documentation comes in, and you literally have to just be organized and script out. These are all of the different roles that I'm currently holding, and these are the standard operating procedures, right? And this is how I'm going to get somebody else to fill that in. And then from then on, you then start to even build, I think, a brand, communicate your why, because the thing about lifestyle performance businesses is that, like, they have a brand that is more than just, it's more than just the things and the services and the things that they sell. People need to almost buy into your vision in order for it to come into fruition, which is branding will have to take place. If you are just advertising yourself as that small car wash at the corner, but what you actually want to be is to change the way local people in the Lokshin experience fun and a good time in a way that is impactful and good, and you
allowing
have to
for a
change.
resting place.
Exactly, a resting place. You have to change your branding. It has to reflect that. Change your communication. Let people actually buy into the bigger vision. That's when you'll actually start structuring out a brand strategy, structuring out your messaging, structuring out how do you then present yourself in this way that best represents this big vision that you have.
I think also understanding that you will need partners along the way. Because
so crucial.
If your vision is that big, you cannot do it by yourself, right? And many people, sometimes pride gets in the way of success.
Always,
And we've seen it a lot where everybody wants to have a unique identity and they're afraid of having a shared identity for one purpose, right? And I think when you get to that point of scaling, you understand that I need Uzex from that corner because of that skill that he brings.
Right.
I need that accountability person who, is more attentive to detail than I am. I need that person who will literally be on our cases to get things done, and recognizing that you don't need to be a star by yourself, And one thing I've realized about humble people, right, or really successful people are humble. Because they understand that everything operates as an ecosystem.
Sure.
If you look at
That's abundance right there.
Yes, it does operate as an ecosystem, right? And in your ecosystem, you need people who, number one, are professional. No matter how small your business is, you need to be professional. Whether you know each other on a personal level or you know each other on just a professional level, right? Number two, you need to be reliable. Everybody in the team needs to know their role, and they need to identify with that role beyond just the task. I mean, to a level of, guys, this is the level of excellence we have set, but I've gone and done my research and I want to bring us to this level. People need to identify with the role that they are doing, because what you want to be doing as a small entrepreneur is defining the culture that you want to operate in. And small businesses do not take culture as a serious thing. They think that, okay, when he came late, and that's okay. They think that, okay, we don't, the customer took, that you gave the customer discount, and no, that's fine, we can run with that. But you need to be so intentional that you stick to the script. Treat your business as a corporate from the get-go. And I think the last one, right? is being reliable. The partners that you have need to identify with the vision and the ecosystem that you need to build, because we undermine the culture that we're building, because the thing about culture, it drives behavior, it drives the purpose, it drives the motivation, and it drives the level of output. So I think that when you're transitioning from a lifestyle business and you're going into a productivity business, the people that you partner with are so important. Whether they're there to teach you, whether they're there to just have thoughts and conversation with, or whether they're executing with you, is so important for the systems and culture you're building.
I think that's so beautiful. We've literally just given y'all the blueprint, like from A until Z. I think literally, like, if you just go to what we've unraveled here, because I've even been making notes that's how powerful we were dropping. That's how powerful we're dropping. I think from what you just even mentioned just now, I have unraveled that you cannot build a performance business on your own, right? You need a team. And this reminds me to actually a point that I learned from Steven this week. The Steven, the one who's my North Star, Diver CEO. Is that people are the most important part of what you do. And when you have a lifestyle business and you know that it's bigger than you have to understand just how crucial it is to have the right team and the right people. And it speaks even to the mindset of abundance. As you're speaking just now, I was like, oh my God, that is an abundance mindset.
Yes.
You cannot be a performance entrepreneur without an abundance mindset.
Yeah.
Because literally you have to understand that your vision, first of all, is abundant, it's unlimited. The resources that you have, they're abundant, they're unlimited. Even the profit and the gain, it's abundant and unlimited. Because if you limit it to only yourself, if you limit it to only what you see with your eyes, then you won't have the guts and the audacity to do what performance businesses need you to do. Because it's a lot of stretching, it's a lot of risking, it's a lot of learning, and it's a lot of hard work that needs a whole lot of people.
And as an entrepreneur, I think what I'm unraveling is that you need to figure out what is going to satisfy you in your season. If you're doing a lifestyle business, darling, I need you to do it, and I need you to do it well and be happy. Because you know what we preach here? Comparison is a thief of joy. You can really be comfortable and you can really be servicing yourself at a level you're comfortable with. But the moment you look over and see, oh, that's what that other person is doing, you feel like what you're doing is nothing. And we are not those people in abundance, hey? And if you are a performance business, it's beyond you. You need to get comfortable with the idea that gratification is not coming now. There's a lot of learning that needs to be taking place now. And you need to be on the lookout for partners who are going to take you to the place that your vision is operating in abundance.
Sure. I think what you just said just put something in my spirit, that a performance business is more like stewardship. You're almost guiding and leading and just been given responsibility over this thing that is far much bigger than you. And as a person, as a steward of a performance business, you have to understand that you might not be the one to actually enjoy the reward now. As a steward, you almost carry like a higher, heavier weight that doesn't always feel good, but let me tell you guys, like the reward of knowing that what you're doing it outlives you. It's a legacy.
Sure. Guys, I know we're unraveling, right? But I think this is something we'll talk about in detail in one of the future episodes. There's this instrument that we use called the MCPA, right? What the MCPA looks at everybody's role in a business, right? And everybody.
What does the MPCF stand for?
I don't know.
Okay, sorry.
Guys, I'm registered, I promise. But what it does, right? I can tell you what it does. Is that there are different levels, right? So, for example, that person who might be, the runner of the business, right? They operate at a level 1, so their delivery. So their impact to every action that they do is felt now, right? Then we have level 2s whose impact are felt anytime between 2 months and 5 months. So 5 months, right? And I won't go through all of them, right? But I'll go straight to strategic, right? So at a strategic level, your impact is felt over 5 years.
Sure.
So we won't see the outcome of what it is that you're doing
you
now.
make now will be felt 5 years later.
From now.
Oh my gosh.
Even a CEO, when a CEO is appointed into an organization, research says that it takes about 5 years to see the impact of the work that they have, the strategic work that they have implemented in the business, right? But the biggest piece that you as a leader or you as an entrepreneur need to do is carry people along, even though they don't see the vision, even though they don't feel the vision. But you need to be able to articulate that, guys, this is where we're going, right? And that's why it's so important when you're in a performance business to understand that what it is that is in your heart, what it is that is driving you. People might not understand it, and we know that, right? And your impact might not be felt then, right? But be rest assured that in the long run, it will pay off if you're diligent and grounded.
We have literally dropped some bombs, and you guys know that this is a doing podcast and not a listening podcast. So down in the description, we've put in a link, and over there, we have literally created something, a reflection that will allow you to analyze whether you are a performance business or a lifestyle business.
Entrepreneur, performance entrepreneur.
My bad. Yes, exactly. You have to identify with it. It'll help you analyze whether you're a performance entrepreneur or a lifestyle entrepreneur. And we're going to sort of weigh the pros and cons of both, so you kind of are able to see which one lands better with you. And even still, we're also going to put in some models that will help you through the transition, because I think we've literally dropped the entire blueprint of how you can transition from being just a lifestyle business to then being a performance business. But we hope this episode gives you strength and courage. If you have been doubting, am I really an entrepreneur? Do I have it in you? Now you know you have it in you. So that's it for today's episode, you guys. Please do tune in for the next one. Comment down below, subscribe. Just from everything, what kind of entrepreneur
do you think you are?
Exactly. Are you a lifestyle entrepreneur or are you a performance entrepreneur?
And why?
And why, exactly. We are definitely performance entrepreneurs because abundance high, unlimited. We literally believe in unlimitedness, and abundance is our lifestyle. We're able to breathe it, we breathe it. So therefore we are performance entrepreneurs, and we want to know who you are. If you're a lifestyle entrepreneur, tell us.
Why?
That we want to know. That is amazing, and we love it for you, and we want to engage with you down in the comments. So you guys, we will see you guys on the next one. Always remember that God has poured abundantly,
and we are the vessels. Bye.